What's going on? I'm about to try to work on this Can-Am Maverick. It's my son-in-law's. He's driving it through the woods, come out of a little mud hole, got in a fight with a tree. It ended up ripping the tab off here. It was barely hanging on by the bottom of it. We was on the trail. I put a little weld on it so he can keep riding. It tore it up here at the top, and it also ripped it on the back right here. I was able to weld it out while we were at Warrior Creek and got it where he can ride the rest of the weekend, but he said it's still pulling to one side. You can also see it's not quite straight to the other one. You can kind of tell by the bumper. I'm about to see what I can do with it. I'm gonna try to add a cross brace in there, maybe across here to kind of stiffen it up some. Either that or across the front, may go in here, depends on how much room I got. About to take it for a ride. He said it was pulling to one side, so I'm gonna see how it actually rides before and after, see if it does any kind of improvement on it. Let's jump into it and see how it rides. All right, I got it out here, got it in my backyard of my little 1 acre that I got, and I'm gonna crank it up, drive it around, see how it turns left and right, and see if I notice a before and after I at least get the front of it straight. Yeah, so as of this point, you can make the real good left turn. I can't even turn around a somewhat of a easy left turn. So I don't know if it's something to do with the front end being the tires caught, or if when he hit something it may have messed up his rack and pinion. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get it back up on the trailer, and that way it's easier for me to work on it and see what I can do and see what happens. Well, I got it back on the trailer. I got it secured off, got it strapped so it don't roll forward. Got it jacked up. I'm gonna sit there and see. I gotta make some relief cuts. I tried to bend it back further last weekend. I tried to pull it over and it started trying to bend this side. I don't want it to bend this side. So what I'm gonna try to do is put a little relief cut. You can see how it's dipped right here. So I'm gonna try to put a relief cut here and try to put a relief cut somewhere up in here. That way I can hook to it and see if it can pull back and stay in place without it bouncing back, and then try to fill them welds in where I made them relief cuts. And then after that we'll see if we can find out a way to stiffen it up, make it a lot stronger. see, I sat there and bent it forward, got it pulled over some. Stupid sun and light. There we go. You can kind of see I got it somewhat straighter. As far as the frame, it's kind of looking down this side to hit my jack. My come along. Freaking sun's not wanting to cooperate this morning. Kind of see it, but you can see it's looks fairly straight down. It's not bent out anymore. It looks like the bumper might be tweaked some. Now what I need to do is I need to fill them welds in where it pulled out some, weld this all back together, see what I can't do about putting a stiffener in the front of it. Alright, I got my relief cuts filled in. Added a little bit more welding up to the top. The welder didn't stick real good when I was out on the trail. Filled in the relief cut there. And sit there and let it cool down, let it rest, clean up some of these welds, and then see where we at from there. Alright, I was able to get the tube straightened back out right here where it was all collapsed in and caved in where we were trying to bend it back. Got his bumper bolted back up. You can see a little bit better as the sun's gone. It's a lot straighter. It's not cocked out like it was. It was all probably about over to here. That side's still straight. So it didn't pull that side in trying to tug it over. Now I need to try to figure out some way of maybe putting something. I talked to my son-in-law on the phone. He kind of wants something on here that's bolt-on that you can take off. I gotta look around, see what kind of metal I got laying around. Angle iron would be okay, but it'd be hanging down in the front, which wouldn't be all so bad, but if you was to hit something, it just roll it up under it and you wouldn't be able to get it off. A piece of flat stock would be about good for it. You can just grind this little bit off here and the one little bit off there and just bolt it across. I don't think I have any laying around. I'll look and see what we got. Clean my welds up, at least on this one. That one's not so bad, and that one's not so bad as well. I did the best I could. I don't have a great welder, but it's a flux core welder. I mean, it does good job for this thin metal. I mean, it does. I redid a whole front end on a 800 and it held up pretty good as far as my knowledge. So let's see what I can find. Something about making a brace to try to keep it from at least ripping the frame apart if it ever happens again. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I went with the angle iron. You can see I had to trim out a good portion of the top of it. It's not the straightest, cutting with an angle grinder. That should give enough support to hold that front end tight if he's ever hitting anything. I mean, even if you used to hit like a rut, bad rut, to keep it from pulling it to one side. Sit there and get the drill this thing up, get it bolted in, put a little bit of paint on it, and then we'll see what else we need to do. Well, got everything up, drove it around. It still drove about the same. As far as the steering issues, there's a couple of other things going wrong that might be the culprit or reason why it's not steering properly. But for now, that's it for this video. Appreciate you watching.